We were I'd say, a typical suburban family back in Windsor, California, a little town just outside of Santa Rosa. Cami was a very, and still is, a very interesting and a very gregarious young girl. Had quite a spark about her. She did all the little girl things that you're supposed to, played all the sports, suffered all the injuries that you suffer as a young girl trying to keep up with your siblings and with your peers. I coached all of her sports activities and was very involved. And in pretty much everything that she did, we tried to stay very close together. And Cami did well in school, excelled on the athletic field, and continued her spark. Her mom and I divorced when Cami was right around 12, 13. And during that particular time, we could see that Cami was starting to drift away towards things that weren't I'd consider to be a good youthful experience.
I married her father, Larry, 12 years ago. We were dating. It was a long distance relationship, I should say. I would come up and visit with Cami and Larry. We had a great relationship. We would do a lot of things together. We would have fun. From cooking, from just walks around the block. We would just have a great time. So when Larry asked me to marry him, I thought, well, this is great. I have two boys of my own, never had a daughter. And so I thought, well, I finally have a daughter I can do things with. We can go shopping. We can do all the stuff that I love to do. I remember one day I was at home and the doorbell rings. And I go, okay, so I go open the door and here's this sheriff. And they said there's been some robberies and going on. And so I was like, okay. It started before that with the drugs and everything, but this is the first time I've ever had a cop actually show up at the door. And I think Cami must have been 14 years old.
She started to struggle with grades, and she became more distant with myself and my wife Joanna, to the point where we could tell something wasn't right. Most of her adolescence was in and out of juvenile hall, in and out of different therapy programs. Joanna and myself attended all of the sessions, attended the family sessions, the group counseling. I think we did our best. There was a constant ebb and flow of problems between the kids and all of us. It all seemed to stem from attitude, drugs, behavior, disrespect, and an element of disobedience. The tension was very thick and was always very volatile. She lived off and on with us, and we'd always set some boundaries and rules and some expectations and requirements. Unfortunately, that didn't fall suit into her ideas, and she ended up moving out and lived with some friends and ended up in Santa Rita once or twice, and
she was a different person when she was on drugs, a completely different person. And I understand why Larry, it was so hard to watch his kids because he loved them so much, and to watch them take this path.
I got a call from Hayward Police, and they said that your car is parked on the street and it's been there for 5 days. My wife and I traveled down and found the car parked on the street with the windows broken out. And I'll never forget this as long as I live. I really thought my little precious girl was going to be locked up in this trunk and probably dead, because the crowd that she was hanging out with were thieves, and they were very, very bad people. And I remember putting the key into the trunk, and I paused for a second, and I didn't want to open the trunk because I thought this was going to be one of those very, very horrible events. I popped the trunk open, and lucky to say that it was not, she wasn't in there. I think we found out a day or two later that she was back in Santa Rita, and we learned that she was pregnant.
You're just praying that, God, please, please, whatever you do, make this Cami love this baby and take care of it the way this baby deserves to be taken care of.
And what seems to be one of the best parts of this story is that she was allowed to become a resident over at Shepherd's Gate. They have been supportive, and they're giving her the reason to being a part of our society in a meaningful way. they've set boundaries that now she can follow, and then she can look internally and say, I need to do these things to be a good mother and to be a good citizen back in our society, into being that person that I think that she always had it internally. But Shepherd's Gate has allowed her now to be that.
Cammie's coming back, and I feel like I have a daughter again. This program is wonderful. I mean, I go there and I see all these women there that need the help and the support, and these kids. And I never knew there was a program like this. I really didn't until visiting as much as I've been visiting and going there and picking up Nariah, my granddaughter, and Cammie. And it's a wonderful program. I can't say enough. If it can just give you the hope that we've been wanting for so many years, it's the best thing. I don't know. I guess words can't describe it. I really can't.
The faith-based program has given Cameron and given all of us some strong hope towards having something, especially for her, having something to have with her at all times, knowing that there's support, there's guidance, there's internal strength that she derives from it. And I think that has also branched over to myself, and that inner faith has allowed her to become more of a person that we can all be proud of. It's allowed us to have our daughter back and have a real strong relationship with her.
I got to applaud everybody that put this program together. It's the best thing. It's really, I think it's saved our daughter's life and our grandbaby's life.
Cammie, I'm very proud of you. Keep up the good work. Keep up the good fight. I love you very much.